right, here we are in a beautiful Bellflower, California. Late afternoon, a little bit warm, probably 90 degrees today, but we're looking at a very special 1956 Cadillac Sedan DeVille. This particular car is a true one-owner family vehicle. We're going to walk around and tell you what we know as we cruise around like we always do. This particular car was purchased brand new in Santa Ana, California. I'm going to walk up and share the bill of sale and the owner's information with you here in just a minute. It's finished in a Goddess Gold over Alpine White. This is all original paint except for one small area that I'll cover over there with you. Has 63,000 actual miles. It's spent its entire life in California within the same family. Walk up here and share with you. It has a lot of neat options that you wouldn't expect and most people didn't buy. This particular car was purchased new at McLean Motor Company in Santa Ana, California by a Mr. Leonard H. Barber, who is a military or U.S. Navy stationed out of Camp Pendleton flight surgeon. We're going to cover the history here. The current owner is his nephew, who the car was willed to. Pardon the little jump of the camera there. He's owned the car since 1999. It has every registration, has the original E.F. Hutton gold key, since new, proof of ownership throughout, and it is truly actual miles. Mr. Barber actually purchased this car for his wife, and he was stationed in Camp Pendleton. However, the car spent its entire life up in San Leandro, California, which is just east of Oakland or northeast or something like that, I think. Option wise, we're going to go around and cover with you. I mean, if there's a true survivor, this is very much a true survivor. A lot of guys say they have a survivor car and then it's been repainted, that kind of thing. It has the optional gold, we believe it to be optional gold Sedan DeVille emblems on it. The grille, it has a power antenna with the auto seek radio on it, AM, that's still functional. It's a factory air conditioning car. Again, it's finished in Goddess Gold code 42, and 90 is the top, which is an Alpine White, and that carries out through here. Like I said, it's a factory air conditioning car. It blows ice cold. The last time it was charged was in 1999, and it'll still freeze you out of the car. It vents from the rear here. When we go in the trunk, we'll show you where the fans are. This particular switch over here is actually like a early auto recirculation, where you could let the air circulate throughout the car, or you could bring in the exterior air from these vents right here. All factory fender skirts, trim and chrome. Underneath the hood we'll cover a lot more, but the nephew, who it was willed to, has protected it and not changed anything. He got underneath the hood and had did all the freeze plugs on it, had the original generator rebuilt, the original starter rebuilt, the original water pump's been rebuilt, but he did his best to retain this car exactly how it should be, and it drives wonderfully. The grille is just beautiful on the front of this car. You'll see a little bit of tiny character age and patina, little road trip chips like a 63,000 mile car would be. This car has not been buffed or anything like that. There are a few thin areas. If you look really close, you can see them. I'll point them out when I see them as I go around here. Again, optional power antenna there. This chrome bumper. These Dagmars are just beautiful. This has what he believes are the original gold license plate frames, which were optional on this car. Neat things are included in the trunk. There are AAA, California AAA stickers all over this car from different dates and different eras. Has original wheel covers on it with modern radials with white wall tires on them. Those are the original hubcaps to this car. If you look real close, you could pick it here and there for little touch-ups and so on, and you know, that kind of stuff. Original emblems here. The only paint that we know of that's been redone, and I've studied every inch of this car, you'll see it has just a slight age or hue to it. It's not been buffed or shined or trying to hide anything. There was when they put the battery in one time at a gas station, they tipped it too much and it put a little bit of battery acid here. So this small section, when the nephew received it here, Gary, he refinished just this area and got a perfect match, actually in the same kind of hue, so you could entirely buff this car and you'd probably never see that spot. Again, another California AAA Automobile Association 1965. It was garage kept. Underneath the hood is a vintage garage door opener transmitter. Door jamb to door jamb here, we'll share that with you. Cars like this are just too much fun. It's hard to find original cars, and especially one that'll haul a bunch of people around. It has the original upholstery in it here. Now when Gary got the car, which is the nephew I'm speaking about, the current owner, he put this plastic seat cover on it to further preserve the front seat in case he drove it more. But the back seat has never had a plastic cover on it, and we'll get to the back here in just a minute. Neither did the front. And it has the original Bombay broadcloth in here, or Bombay cloth gold upholstery in it with white leather. You'll see a little bit of age on the white leather, but really nothing to talk about. Or in the cloth seat where Mrs. Barber sat. You can see it's original upholstery there with just a little bit. It has factory air conditioning like we talked about. Look over here, 1956 on the dash. This radio is fully functional. It's a auto seek station. We actually tested it. We aren't going to test it live for you here because I don't want to turn the radio on. YouTube gets mad. Little button down there over on the side, the upper button on the right. You can seek the radio with your foot. The air conditioning controls are right here. AC, heat, warm, and the ice, which is de-ice the front windshield on the car, is there. It has Autotronic eye on it. This is all original. The steering wheel is just beautiful. We're going to actually take it for a drive with it, and the clock is still turning. We're going to show you in this glove box here. It comes with the original E.F. Hutton gold key that's included. We'll have pictures of this at Spud's Garage. Comes with the original gold tire pressure gauge, the original owner's manual, and a full file showing the original bill of sale and everything. These are the original registrations for when the car was new. Went from Mr. Barber up in, well, you see it was always registered in Camp Pendleton, California, and it's still in Southern California, this car today. Little courtesy or map light works there. All the gauges work. Runs beautiful. We'll actually take you for a drive. These are original floor mats here with a little bit of wear. We get in the trunk, it's just as nice and just as cool. Headliner. Beautiful. Doors shut beautifully. Invite half the family in here, if not all the family. Door jamb to door jamb. You'll see this is a true survivor. This is an all original Goddess gold, or pale yellow is what the color really is a pale yellow. Again, this is a rear intake vent where it brings air into the car. It's got a heater that brings air to the rear through the doors here on these cars, and he had to put, when he went through under the hood stuff, he put in all new heater hose, which was over 20 feet of heater hose had to be put in this car. Again, the AC lines have never had any leaks. They're copper front to rear like factory, and it still blows cold after being recharged about 19-20 years ago. You look, stand back here, give you a better look. Perfectly fitting place for the military flight surgeon, Navy's flight surgeon, is to showcase his car underneath the American flag here in front of a railroad track sign. Again, another California AAA bumper sticker down here. The rear bumper's very nice, not as nice as the front bumper, but that's because this back bumper gets a little bit of warmth from the exhaust. The exhaust blows out the tail of it here. Again, the gold lettering or emblems are believed to be optional. I have to go back and study it at the office here, but Sedan DeVille, 4-door hardtop. Nice little breeze picking up here, cool me down just a little bit. If you really studied it, you could see just a real thinness in the paint in some areas. I mean, I didn't try and cover every little spot. If you look on the back of the car here, it's a little thin through here. But the current owner, nephew, same family, has not buffed or shined this car. It looks pretty much exactly as he got it. He just made sure it was in ship shape, so to speak. No pun intended. Again, Bombay cloth, gold Bombay cloth and white leather. Has power windows, all 4 power windows, drop down armrest in the rear, back of the seat here. We're actually going to take you for a drive. We cover a lot of segments on our videos, as you know. Engine, trunk, undercarriage. We'll get the undercarriage here in the driveway as soon as I get up in the driveway. I don't have a lift on this one, but I can tell you I don't need it. Original service sticker here. 56 62 12 10 15. VIN number. Again, the original bill of sale on the sheet, on the seat here. 63,117 actual miles at the time of inspection. It is verified cross family, same family. I just turned the key and it fired right up. You notice that the park brake light works right here. This light here is for the when the trunk's open. It's got one of the automatic closed trunks, so this light will be on to kind of warn you, so you know it doesn't, you aren't driving off with it up. But also a kid might grab that trunk and think he's going to crunch his fingers in it. Automatic. All the gauges work on it, doesn't have any issues. This radio does work, works from the remote down here on the floor, either from here. It has a power antenna. I'm pulling it down right now. Push it back up. Antenna's going back up. The headliner's beautiful, all the stuff works. Anyway, we're thinking you get the idea. We're going to hop out, tell you to get in, and definitely hang on to the end of the video. We put all these power windows down ourselves, and they all work wonderfully, front and rear. I had them down for the video so I get some better views. Anyway, time to go to Spud's Garage, but definitely hang on to the end of the video before you do, and give us a call. We're never any pressure. Have a great day. What a neat car. All right, I had it running here, so I figured I might as well, after I got out there, I might as well tell you that the air conditioning is blowing on me right now, and it's beautiful. It's cool coming from the back of the car. It blows right up front here as you got on the back of your neck. It's a hot day. It's probably 95. We're going to take it for a little drive right here. Power glide, so we're just going to, got the emergency brake on. Notice the light goes off there. I'm telling you, a car like this is just too much fun. Rock solid Survivor. Look at this steering wheel as I spin it around. This steering wheel has absolutely no cracks in it. One little tiny start on right. You can't even see it, but it's not cracked all the way around. Just take it around the block, show you that everything's working. The air is blowing cold on me. I'm one hand driving it. Hey, by now, I know you've got the idea on this car. Hey, go to spudsgarage.com. Thanks for hanging out and listening to me. If you're looking for a special classic that'll fit the whole family, give us a call. All right, let's take a look underneath the hood here. Too much fun. All original, really sweet. We're going to share up here. We'll actually cover the documents in the video. Mr. Barber, when he picked this car up, that's when this is the original document where the Cadillac dealer put it in. We'll have delivery date for you as we go through this. And then the nephews owned it since late 90s. So about 20 years, and single family owned. It's not been modified. Most of the work that was done to it was maintenance stuff that the nephew did here. This here, in case you're curious what it is, this is a garage door opener, an early garage door opener. They put this big transmitter on your car. It has a voltage regulator here. he went through and did all the freeze plugs in it, and while he was doing that he had it apart, so he put a new water pump in. Actually not a new one, they sent the original out and had it rebuilt, so it's got a rebuilt water pump in it. Has a new fuel pump there. The AC, last time he charged it was $19.99, and it'll freeze you out of the car. So the AC works perfectly, no issues there still to this day. This car was just so well maintained by Mr. Barber. While he had everything apart and doing the freeze plugs, he detailed up the engine a little bit, but kept it subtle and right. But he had the generator rebuilt. He also had the starter rebuilt, the original starter, so it has the original starter and generator in it. The carburetor did have a kit put in it. It's a Rochester 4-jet. There's about 1,000 guys out there in the world that like to have this air filter for their hot rod, but they're not going to get it. Automatic transmission is original to the car. The miles are actual, like we spoke of. This is a, he did also send out the power brake booster and had it rebuilt by a Cadillac guy down in Texas or something like that, Gary?
Yeah, Cadillac man, yeah.
Cadillac man. Windshield washer fluid recovery bottle. We'll actually get to the undercarriage if you hang on to the end of the video here like we always do, but wow, talk about a true survivor. This car is one of those, without question. We hope you're enjoying the video. Definitely hang on for more. Give us a call. Go to Spud's Garage whenever any pressure. Alright, when I did the walk around on the car, I mentioned he had a file. This is part of the file. The other remaining stuff is in the glove box. The original registrations from day one are in the glove box. The original owner's manual's in the glove box. The original gold tire pressure gauge, the original E.F. Hutton gold key, and its original little folder. I think I covered that in the walk around, but this is a picture of the house where the car was stored in San Leandro. There's the car at a couple events that the nephew took it to. It has the original, and I shared this one with you. There's Mr. Barber, Mr. and Mrs. Barber, and their dog. And there's the here's the another bill of sale that goes with it. They had a trade-in allowance. They traded in a 54 Caddy 62 four-door sedan. They allowed $2,722 for his Caddy. The carburetor's been gone through, but there's a lot of receipts and stuff that were done that Gary has done, the nephew, the owner, current owner of 20 years. And there's a lot of little things from over the years here, but this is all included with the car, verifying original California ownership since brand new. Have a great day. Go to Spud's Garage. Hang on to the end of the video. All right, we got the trunk open here. It's kind of like walking back in time warp. Like I said, this car is so incredibly well preserved. Before I go into the trunk here, these are the original weather strips. They're just supple soft. All the original cardboard panels in the trunk here are there. We'll go up here to the that's the blowers for the AC unit, which actually blows air forward out of the rear. Original carpet in here. These were in here, and they're going to stay with the car. It took in a couple of trophies from the nephew currently that has owned it 20 years. Best in Show, another one, Cadillac Club event. It is an absolute original car. It has this spare is believed to be the original Uniroyal spare from way back when, from 1956. It still has little nubbies on it. It doesn't show any cracks or aging. This is not something that the current owner or nephew put in the car. It has a lot of old school stuff. Lighter light, starter Brewster cables from way back in the day, distress water signal on all the jack is in here in the trunk. Anyway, it's never been messed with back there. Anyway, there you have it. Hang on to the end of the video. Enjoy this one. It's a neat car. I'll show you that the trunk, which was early for this, has the auto close power feature, so you don't want to put your fingers in it. Sucks itself down. It is actually working also. There you go. All right, he's pulling it off the lawn for me to move it around to go do the other side of the car, but this kind of just gives you a really sweet idea how nice this car is. It runs beautifully. We'll actually take you for a drive if we haven't already done so. He's going to drive it around the block and come up the other side. All right, let's take a look at the undercarriage. Like I promised you, this car has spent its entire life in San Leandro and Southern California down here. Bellflower is where it currently is. Dry climate car. Nothing has been restored here. I did ask him to steam clean as much of the cobwebs off and stuff that had accumulated, a few, so that people had a good feel. So nothing here has been modified or restored. It is all original. We're going to show you the rockers here. As we go to the back, you get a good feel there for the undercarriage. It drives wonderfully. Has brand new radial tires on it, or newer. He's had them on a few years, but no miles, and it's been kept in the garage here. Those are the AC lines that run to the rear. That's factory. I'm hobbling around a little bit here today. All factory frame, no East Coast, nothing. All California ownership. All the body mounts are solid and where they belong. I've driven this old girl. I know the light's a little tough there. You'll see how it's solid. There's a spare tire well right there. Getting near the end of the video, we appreciate you coming and listening to me. Original fuel tank up here. Of course, over the years, fuel hoses and those kind of things were changed as they should be. The brakes have been completely redone. It has all new shoes and wheel cylinders in it. Several years ago, but very few miles. Kind of like the tires. He gets her out and stretches her legs quite frequently. See how it's solid here? All factory suspension. Look at that frame. It gets you the frame right at the bottom of the rocker here. Try and get the floor pans are an easy shot up here. We actually have still photos at spudsgarage.com also, of the same view that we're doing right now. Anyway, we're thinking you get the idea. Go to spudsgarage.com. Have a great day.